What's up, guys? It's Jason of Anchored in Muscle, and we're here to try to provide as much free help as we possibly can with your nutrition and training. You know, I got a question the other day about post-contest reverse dieting, and Nate, you probably already knew this. I don't think you could have given me a bigger topic to talk about. I really don't think we can cover it in one, maybe even two videos, unless we extremely simplify it, but I'm going to try to do it anyway. To me, talking about reverse dieting is really starting at the back end of a very large topic overall. But just like I told you in my post in reply, that, you know, reverse dieting really can apply to more than just people who are competing in bodybuilding shows, physique shows, bikini, figure, powerlifting contests. It can apply, or should be applied, to your normal everyday person. And you know, that's more who I'm trying to speak to. But anyway, so for the person who has never heard about reverse dieting, it is, simply put, exactly that. It's dieting in reverse. So typically when you're trying to cut fat, lose weight, you know, bodybuilders will cut down for a show. They'll try to get as low of a body fat percentage as possible. Maybe a power lifter who has to make weight for a certain weight class. Or then think about the everyday Joe who's trying to lose weight, and what do they actually do? You know, I made a video before, you know, be careful, don't do too much too fast. So, you know, anyway, in the context that the question was asked to me, post-contest. So you've been coming down, dieting down over a period of weeks, actually months. Most, you know, competitors will diet for an average of 12 to 16, even 24 weeks. So at this point, you've done your show, your calories are extremely low, your body fat is extremely low, and the bodybuilding show is over. A lot of times what happens is, you know, people have been so severely restricted in their food, the first thing they want to do is go out and eat anything and everything that they could possibly imagine and just go buck wild crazy and stuff their face, go back to, you know, a normal day maintenance level of calories. And this is, you know, this goes into a larger topic, like I said at the beginning. This goes to us begin talking about metabolic damage or metabolic adaptation. To me, they're interchangeable. To me, they're one and the same. It's just, you know, again, all about semantics. But anyway, at the end of the day, you're very low in your calories. You are at a very low body fat percentage. And the question was about reverse dieting. So what you would do is you would take, and yeah, sure, go have a meal of whatever it is. If, you know, if you're thinking about cheeseburgers or pizza, ice cream, whatever, go have a meal. You know, of course, have a lot of it. Don't go crazy with it. But right back the next day, and of course, nobody can give you specifics now because everything in fitness and nutrition depends on the exact person, their height, their weight, their age, training, all these things. Anyway, just an overview. One, yes, I 100% believe in reverse dieting, and this is how it should be set up. So, you know, you go out and you have your meal that you've been waiting on. The next day, you go right back on the same calories that you were eating already at the end of your show, okay? And what you're going to want to do is, over a period of weeks, possibly months, you have to have a plan. This is assuming that you were in it for the long haul. You know, you're going to be in this as a lifestyle, or you understand that these things really do take time. There's no quick fix. So what you're going to do is, over a period of weeks, every week to 2 weeks, you're going to then push your calories up, say by 10%. You're going to work, of course, you've been doing we will assume you've been doing a higher volume of training and certainly a higher volume of cardio than normal, go right back to that. But as you push your calories up, you need to also step down your training volume and work your way up over a period of weeks or a period of months, and watch certain factors to see what happens. Because by reverse dieting, what you're trying to do is you have to understand that your metabolism has now slowed down extremely slow to keep you alive. I mean, it really didn't care that you were trying to get on a bodybuilding stage or, make weight for powerlifting. It cared about keeping your ass alive, so it has slowed down and gotten as efficient as possible to keep you alive on now these super low calories. And it has actually, your body internally has set you up to gain fat as fast as humanly possible, because it wants to recover all those fat stores, that energy storage that you've taken away from it. Now your body internally has now set you up to want to gain that as fast as humanly possible. And if you go back to eating at, say, maintenance level, say if you ended your diet on 1,800 calories or 1,700 calories a day, and then tomorrow you go on 3,000 calories a day, your body is set up to take in all of that food and store as much of it as possible, because your metabolism is now slow, your metabolic rate is slow, and it's not actually burning all that many calories. So what you do is you do the reverse diet. So say if you were on 1,600 calories when you finished your diet, you come down gradually on all your cardio and your training volume. We're talking about over a period of weeks, and you're going to be going up over a period of weeks. Say, this week, if you finished on 1,600 calories, you go 1,600 calories this week. See what you are at next week. Is your weight going up? Of course, it's probably going to go up a little, but you're hoping it's not going to go up drastically. That's what we're trying to avoid. The next week after that, maybe you increase it by your calories now, your intake, by another 10%. Hold there. See what your progress is. Are you, what is your strength? How do you feel? Are you tired? Are you weak? What is your weight doing? Is your weight skyrocketing up, or is it coming up, 1, 2, 3 pounds in a week? That's okay, because, of course, we know you're going to put on some fat. Then the following week, or maybe, you were going up too quick, maybe you hold there. You get on into 2 weeks, you go up by another 10%. So in essence, what the reverse diet is it's if you finished that contest at, say, 1,600, you want to gradually go up by 10, maximum 15% on your calories each week to every 2 weeks, gradually over a period of months, to make it back to your maintenance calories. I would say that, a good idea of how you should set that up, however long you were on that diet, from the point you began to cut your calories to the end of your contest, you should work it back up where you stair-step your way back up to your maintenance calories, or even a surplus if you're trying to put on muscle for the next season. If it took you 16 weeks, lay out a plan. Go ahead and lay out a plan to get back up to that maintenance level of calories, whatever it may have been, 3,000 calories. So you need to stair-step your way back up over a period of going, consider going up once a week, once every 2 weeks. And what you're doing is you're building your metabolism back up, your metabolic rate back up as you go, to try to push in as many calories as possible. Because it's just going to be like in a weight loss setting. And I know 1 or 2 people that I work with that maybe I didn't exactly tell them in this sense, I didn't define it, but they're going to say, oh, this is what we're doing. You're trying to redline your internal motor. You're trying to push as many calories in as you possibly can and get back to that weight without overshooting. Okay, and in many cases, people respond differently. In many cases, you will even find you may get leaner as you go up. But it really and truly, what reverse dieting is, at the bottom line, Your metabolic rate has slowed down. It's trying to keep you alive. Now you have a very slow metabolism, and you're doing the diet exactly in reverse, stair-stepping your calorie intake up, boosting your metabolism up along the way to avoid massive weight gain, because your body is literally set up now. It has set you up in a survival mechanism to put on as much energy as possible, as quickly as possible, because now you just put it in an emergency situation for a long time, and its number one goal is to prepare you for the next time that you do it, to do that to your body. So anyway, guys, I'll try to get together a video about metabolic damage or metabolic adaptation, however you want to put it. I mean, all the gurus, all the fitness people, and I realize I'm coming at you as a fit pro too. I don't really have an agenda. I'm trying to help as many people as I can, find ways to help you for free. I listen to them all. There's a lot of good information out there. You never know when somebody's going to explain something a little bit different. Maybe you'll have a better understanding of it. I suggest listen to everybody, because everybody, of course, use common sense. That's what I always say. If it sounds, use good judgment. And if you hear the same things repeatedly and you can make common sense of it, I mean, things are generally common sense if you sit back and really examine it. So, anyway, guys, I'll try to get a video together. Again, metabolic adaptation, metabolic damage, whichever one you want to call it. What they're talking about is the adaptations your body makes to keep you alive when you have created that deficit. And the reason why I said this really applies to everyday people, because what happens, what I see more than anything else, is people who are actually under eating. I can tell you, I've dealt with people who came to me that were eating 800 calories a day, 900 calories a day. So their body is already in a starvation mode. They already have metabolic damage or metabolic adaptation. And so anytime that they eat anything, basically it sticks to them like glue, because their body doesn't know when it's going to be fed and it's trying to stay alive. So when they decide to diet, what do? They cut their calories even further, and then they start exercising, which is great. It's a great thing. You've made a choice. You've decided to do something about it, but you were already in a starvation mode. And that's what I talked about in that video, do too much too fast. You were already in a starvation mode. Then you went out and jumped on that treadmill or beating that treadmill to death for an hour, 2 hours a day, which you expended calories. So really, you were even in more of a deficit. So we're going to be making some more videos to really, you need to reverse diet up out of that situation that you're in before you actually start a diet. So anyway, guys, I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, you got any topics you'd like for me to speak on, please email me at anchoredinmuscle@gmail.com. We always say our philosophy is anchor yourself in muscle, because it is the muscle that is going to burn the calories to get you lean and get you to where you want to be with your fitness goals. So as always, we had 1 or 2 cold fronts, but it's still fucking hot in Texas. Live safe, stay hydrated. Thanks for listening.